Good morning. So in this video, we will continue with the poem The Lake Isle of Innisfree. So today we'll do the second and the third stanza. So let's start with the second stanza. And I shall have some peace there, for peace comes dropping slow, dropping from the vales of the morning to where the crickets sing. Their midnights all a glimmer, and noon a purple glow, and evening full of linnet's wings. So now, in this stanza, we can see that in the first stanza, the word peace is repeated. So from this, we get a clue that the poet, he wants to be he wants to be there in the isolated island with very little habitation. So we come to know that this is the real reason for the poet to move from his current inhabitation. So he is reminded about his past, about his childhood, when he was there in Innisfree, and it was a beautiful place. So this stanza also, it shows that man, he is constantly craving to be close to nature. Although he's sucked into the web of advancement. He wants to be at the top, but he just he should try, it is his urge to break free and find comfort in the lap of nature. Dropping from the vales of the morning to where the cricket sings. So dropping means uh, like to drop in a slow motion. It is like peace, it envelopes one gradually. And veil here refers to, like we know that veil, it refers to a mask, or it refers to a cloth, it refers to a shield that is used to cover. So here veil refers to the mask or the shield that is used to cover the environment. So here the poet, he's quite nostalgic about the morning hours in the island. And like when the daylight breaks in gradually to keep pace with the calm and peace of the quiet countryside. So he is reminded about the blissful place, and he says, the speaker, he says that the fog, it it veils the morning, and it is lifted when the sun rises. See how beautifully he has described. So he says, when the before the sun rises, it is the fog that covers, that is like a veil. It covers the morning, and the moment the sun rises, it is like a veil that is lifted up, and mornings are then filled with the sound of the crickets that are chirping around in that surrounding. So the poet, he is beautifully using words to paint a picture of this blissful place. Their midnights all a glimmer, and noon a purple glow. So here, all a glimmer refers to shining brightly, and purple glow refers to the light, that is light reflected by the sun, that makes the island appear bright and purple. And this purple color, as we all know, it is associated with nobility, royalty, luxury, power, and ambition. And it also represents meanings of wealth, devotion, peace, pride. So that's why the poet has used the word purple here. There's midnight all a glimmer and noon a purple glow. So now, in this, the poet, it seems to the poet that the midnight looks beautiful with millions of stars twinkling, and at midday the island seems to be bright with the purple light that is reflected from the sun. So it is just indicating that this is a peaceful place. The color is representing, the purple color here representing, it indicates the nobility, the royalty. And it is what he says is, the poet, he says that it is a beautiful picture that he has painted, and evenings full of linnet's wings. So now what he says is that evening is a sight to behold, and he says, and it is filled by flocks of linnet homeward bound. So it makes us think that it is not only one bird that is going home, but there are a lot of birds. But they, in that flight, there are a lot of linnets who are there. There are a lot of birds there in that flight. So the poet, he creates an imagery here, and we are like, he is tempted to go to that place and stay. I will arise and go now, for always night and day. I hear the lake water lapping with low sounds by the shore. While I stand on the roadway or on the pavements grey, I hear it in deep heart's core. So here, roadway refers to the concrete in the urban settlements. Pavement grey, it is like it is the walk away that seems to have discolored because of the excess of walking. Deep heart core is in the depth of one's heart. So in these lines, I will arise and go now, for always night and day. So now in these lines, it is the poet who just wants to move out. He's quite determined to go ahead with his decision to go to Innisfree. So he just wants to leave the urban settlement where he is presently, and he just wants to go to Innisfree. I hear the lake water lapping with low sounds by the shore. So he imagines he can hear the lapping of the water reaching the shore. Although he is not there in Innisfree, but still he can feel. And the poet, what he did was, like, the memories of the lake isle of Innisfree, it calls out to him day and night, and he just is there. It is the beauty of this place of Innisfree that just want him to return back. And he says that although he's standing on the concrete pavement in the city, or he is walking on the roadway, but still he can hear the water lapping at the shore. So although he is not there standing in Innisfree, but still he is so much enticed towards the beauty of that place, that although he is there walking on the concrete pavement in the city, but still he can hear the lapping of the water. And that is the time his heart cries out for the serenity, for the charm that he has for the Lake Isle of Innisfree. So he's quite sorrowful that time. And the poet, so the poet, he hears, like the last line, it says, I hear it in the deep heart's core. So he says that the lapping on the shore, the waves lapping on the shore, just like these images, they're just haunting. The haunters of the Isle of Innisfree, they are heard not in his head, but in his heart. And he says that he has the memories about his boyhood, about his childhood, about the time that he spent in Innisfree, and he's just yearning back to go to Innisfree. So it is like his desire just to go back to Innisfree and to live in peace, to live in tranquility, and to be away from the mechanical functioning. And it is like he wants to be there to his room